Today's tip is about RG3 labels and how to use them quickly. Did you know you can use labels to add clean titles and notes to your workflows? It makes it easier for anyone to understand what your setup is about. To get access to labels, you need a custom node that supports labels. Go to Manager, then open Custom Nodes Manager. In the search box, type RG3, and you will find the rgthree-comfy node. Mine is already installed, but you will see an install button if it is not installed. Install that node and restart ComfyUI when it asks. After that, you should have access to labels. Double-click anywhere on the canvas, then search for Label, and you should see the RG3 label. When you click on it, it is added to the canvas. It is a visual node that lets you place floating text annotations anywhere in your workflow. It has no inputs or outputs and does not affect image generation. Its purpose is to label or document parts of your workflow for clarity. If you right-click on a label, you can see its properties, and you can also open the Properties panel to access the settings. From X, you close it. The easiest way to access that panel is to double-click on the label, and that panel will open. You can see it has different properties you can change for the label. By default, a new label node shows white 12 pixels Arial text on a transparent background. The text content of the label is taken from the node title, and you can use any text strings or even emoji. For the font size, you can change that to make it bigger. With the label selected, instead of 12, I will type 20, and now my text is bigger, and if I increase the value, it becomes even bigger. Adjust it to fit your workflows. It can be a title or a simple instruction on what and how to change something in the workflow. So if I put hello in the title, that is what will show on the label. Now let's move to the font family. A font family name is a text with the name of the font. This can be any standard font available in the environment. Examples include Arial by default, but you can use shortcuts like Courier, Times, Serif, or Monospace. So if I add a quick label and change the text to Courier, you get something like this. And if I change it to Monospace, it looks like this. I suggest sticking with these font options because if you use other fonts and the user you send the workflow to does not have that font, it will look different from what you intended. Let's move to font color. You can use hex color codes. For example, using the code made from 6 letters F will give you white. With 6 letters C, you get gray. Another example for gray works the same way, and you can set any color like that. Most design apps such as Photoshop have color pickers, or you can find one on Google. Just search for color picker and Google offers one directly in the search results that is easy to use. I will include this workflow with all the labels I created in this video on Discord so you can get it for free. Check the video description. You can also make the text transparent. We usually call the visible effect transparency, but the correct technical term is alpha. You can include alpha in hex format using an 8-digit hex code where the last 2 digits control transparency. 00 is fully transparent and FF is fully opaque. I prefer to just use the right color instead of using alpha. You can also use RGB color, but for me that is more text to add, so I never use it. It also supports alpha using that last part, where 1 is fully opaque and 0.5 is half transparent. If you are in a hurry, you can use color names. They are easy to remember, and you have a lot of color names available. My favorite methods are using a color name when I know what color I want, and for custom exact colors, I use hex values like you saw earlier, using a color picker, taking the color and putting it in the label node. You can also ask ChatGPT to give you color names or colors. It is pretty good at it. Let's move to background color. By default, it does not have a background. You can see it says transparent. Sometimes you want to add a background color because if some links or connections go behind the text, it might be less visible, so adding a background makes it more visible. I showed a few examples of color combinations. You just change the color of the text and the color of the background the same way you would change a button color on web interfaces. When you add padding, you increase the background size. By default, it is 0, but the higher the value, the more space and background is added around the label text, so you can control how big you want it to be. You can also add round corners. For example, when the border radius is 5 and the padding is 0, it is too close to the edge and does not look good, but you can increase those values to make it look better. The round corners also change depending on the amount of padding, so you want to use both to get the result you want. One thing I like to do is match the labels with ComfyUI node colors. Let me show you what I mean. I have here a few colors. If I add any node, like a load image node for example, I have on top the option to change the color of that node. If I change it to red, I made this red label to match that color, so it looks more professional in your workflow and more consistent. You can place it under or on top, depending on what you want the label to say. If I change it to green, you can see it matches the color, so it is quite useful. Or maybe it is just because I am a graphic designer and I like to have things colored and organized. Here is a list of more nice color combinations you can try. You can select all those labels, right-click on the canvas, and save them as a template, then go to another workflow and load that template. I recently found out that I can use emoji in the labels, and some are quite useful, like arrows that you can put before or after the text to draw attention to a certain area of the workflow. There are many arrow options you can use depending on your preferences. You can also use info emoji when something is just informative, and you can add colors to match certain nodes so it is easier to spot the labels even if they are somewhere else. I added here a note with different emoji, and you can copy and paste the ones you like. You can also save this as a template and have it in any other workflow. Dividers are something you can add. I did not use them too much, but you might want to try them. You can edit any of these, copy and paste, or remove some of the lines to adjust the size of the divider. You can combine different emoji with lines, or even text with lines, to create something more unique. Another thing you can do is pin labels so they are not moved by accident. For example, I can move this one, but I cannot move this other label. If that happens, right-click on the label and choose Unpin. Now you can see I can move it again, and if I right-click and pin it again, it no longer moves. You can also create workflow titles without the rg3 label. You do not have as much control, but you can try it. What I did was right-click on the canvas and add a group. You can change the name of the group, but it has this rectangular area that I can make bigger, but I cannot make smaller. One way to handle this is to make the text larger. If we go to Edit Group and choose Font Size, I can increase the size so now the text fills that rectangular area and looks more like a label. You can play with sizes until you get something you like, and of course you can adjust the text to be what you want. Then you change the colors and move it where you want. This was just the first video in this tips and tricks series, and my plan is to make 3 to 5 minute tips and tricks videos. I just got carried away with this first one trying to explain more. Hope you enjoy the format. Leave a like and a comment to help with the algorithm. Thank you Legends for your support and everyone who subscribed to the membership. Check the video description to see how you can get the workflow. Have a great day.